Who are we talking to?
Let's talk with John in Battle Creek.
All right, John. You're talking to Eric and V. How you doing?
Oh, hi there, Eric and V.
Hello.
Happy Sunday to you.
You
Hope you're having a
too.
nice day.
It's
Definitely.
gorgeous
Okay,
out
let me-
today.
It is. What do you want to talk about?
Hey, hey, Eric, long time listener, first time caller, all that.
Yay.
So I saw a video last year of you at the Ark Encounter, like your guys' get together.
Yeah.
I know it's kind of like a protest, but it was more of a positive thing, so I don't want to call it a protest. It looked like a get together kind of.
Yeah, definitely. That started up when Tri-State Freethinkers wanted to protest the, like you said, the Ark Encounter, which, for those of you who don't know, is a young Earth creationist quote-unquote museum where they built a life-size to scale Noah's Ark. And what Tri-State Freethinkers did is they actually put out like all of these, it's the the Genocide and Incest Park is what they called it, because God genocided everybody in the flood. And if you're going to repopulate with that small of a group, yeah, that's pretty incestuous. The Genocide and Incest Park. And after that, they kept it going every year on the same weekend. And I got invited out last year. And get this, man, they asked me to MC the event this year, so I'm going to be out MCing this year. I know, right?
Oh, well, congratulations.
Oh, thank you. What?
Okay.
It says you're a theist. You were being really, really nice. Are you a young Earth creationist?
Used to be in high school, and then I took AP Bio and kind of
That'll do it.
separated my mind.
I talked
I was
to
always
a
a
young
smart
Earth
guy, and
I talked to a young Earth creationist on Thursday who accepted evolution.
oh,
I know.
yeah,
Sorry.
it's kind of like ever since I was growing up, I always was interested with science. I kind of, and then with evolution, but I came from a very small town and a very conservative family. So on the one side, I'm holding on to the young Earth creationist stuff, saying, oh, this is true. And then on the other side, learning about science. And after I'm old now, but when I was a little kid, I saw Jurassic Park in the theaters, and I watched the X-Men cartoon series, and I'm like, well, this evolution stuff is pretty cool. Let's learn about it. And I'm like, okay, this makes sense. So in my mind, I kind of had like the non-overlapping circles. Like, okay, so both these things are true, but I don't want to think about it. So let me...
Cognitive dissonance, right? And I like how you brought up non-overlapping, because it's brought up as non-overlapping magisteria. Those things are just in their own realms. But But what do you believe? What did you want to talk about? What's your take on things? What did you want to ask?
Well, my question was more about. Well, I was after seeing your presentation and seeing different people's take on the Ark Encounter, and really it just came down to more like about is a lot of people I know some people are against the very idea of it conceptually, and I kind of am too. I don't you spent over $100 million on a boat-shaped building. Essentially,
you know what?
That money could have gone to somewhere else.
If you're spending your own money, you could do whatever you want. But it's public funds. They were using government grants, and they were busing in public schools.
Yeah, and listening to Ken Ham, he books and says, "Undertook." Oh yeah, I can't do the accent, but I never took any public money, and it's like technically yes, but no at the same time, because you still got you got a lot of very nice government cut, you got a nice set of government deals.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So that's what I was just thinking is because because there are some atheist groups I saw that said, even if it was, let's say that Ken Ham fleeced his flock, or he came up with $100 million on his own, that the Ark Encounter shouldn't exist, period.
You know, it's kind of difficult because on one side of it, yeah, anywhere where they're, showing you dioramas that make it look like the Flintstones was a documentary is weird. And tell me I'm not wrong. I mean, tell me I'm wrong, right? People standing there with dinosaurs, like fucking pets. But the thing is, I've also heard people say, well, that money should have gone elsewhere. Like, look at the Crystal Cathedral.
Mm-hmm.
Right, that's another one. If I had my way, yeah, I would love to see, those kinds of expenses put into public works and to help make society better. But I can't decide what they spend with it. I also, have spent a good amount of time in Europe taking a look at some amazing cathedrals. And, you see this gold everywhere, just kind of all over the place, and these amazing statues and works of art. And you think, how much could have gone into making the surrounding community better? I'm just not convinced that that's a good argument point. I think that you can have the opinion, but at the same time, people are going to spend their money how they want to spend their money. Just don't spend mine.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true. Okay, yeah, that's true. I agree with you 100% there, because I'm very irritated with the park that not only did he get the tax breaks, but also he's allowed to discriminate as if he was a religious-based organization, even though technically it's a for-profit place. So that doesn't make any sense. You shouldn't. You can't discriminate as acting like a nonprofit when you are supposed to be a for-profit business. A lot of privileges that he shouldn't have got.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I think we're on the same page there.
Even though you are a religious person, right?
Yeah, I'm just pretty weird.
No, it's not that weird. We have a whole lot more in common. We can gather together and take down some really nasty bullshit. I think that religious and non-religious alike can probably stand up and say, hey, if you are, the Westboro Baptist Church, right?
Yeah.
Back when before I moved to Texas, there were places that were religious that would do community events. I love Christmas. I love Thanksgiving, and they would help raise, food and money to, help give people a good holiday. And when I wanted to volunteer, that's where I went. It doesn't make it bad. I just want to give people more options, and I definitely don't want people to think that religion has a stranglehold on being a good person. You can be good without God too, and I think that
Of course, man. And I see I see all the angles of it.
Yeah.
So it just I just have one last thing I just wanted to ask you about, though, Eric. So when somebody comes up to you and they say, well, you're not really an atheist because you're actually agnostic, does that kind of get on your nerves when
No.
I can probably guess it does, but it's probably I just wanted to get your opinion about that.
So, the funny thing is being a call screener on the Atheist Experience before ever starting this show burned that out of me pretty quick. And the reason it burned it out of me pretty quick is because I would get calls from people saying, well, I'm not sure, I don't know. And, I'm so worried about a definition that I don't know if I can belong in this community. The fact is, if you're defining I don't believe, or I don't have sufficient evidence to accept this God claim, call it whatever the fuck you want. But what's important to me is that when we're talking to each other, we're using language that both people understand, which is why when people call into us and they use words like faith, that are super, super loaded, we've got to say, what do you mean by that? Because they might mean something that is totally different from the caller before.
Yeah.
And so in order for us to meet them where they're at, we've got to work on that. It's an approach to language that I think is super, super necessary, or else we're talking past each other.
It's true. Yeah, I remember, Because I remember way back when, and back in this was like 2008 to 2010 era on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I noticed like the description of like atheism was changing from someone who, believes there's no God to there's a lot of people that were advocating for I just don't believe in a God, which is a totally different claim.
Yeah.
It
just depends.
Time, sorry.
No, I interrupted you. Go ahead.
No, there's this one guy on YouTube I watch a bit, and he comes up with this philosophical formula kind of on how to say, well, the proper philosophical atheism is you don't believe in a God. And then he brings in like P or not P or I can't. It's a lot, but I can't.
No worries. What's important is that you understand each other and you can have a conversation where there's value there. That's what's really important.
Okay, good. Well, man. Well, I gotta say, Eric and B, you guys are pretty pleasant. I hope you have a
thank you.
day.
You too, man.
Anything you'd like to ask me, or are we gonna call it good now?
It says you're a religious person, and as much as I want to dig in, we don't have a whole lot of time. And I if it was another day, if it was another time, you should call back. We'll talk.
Yeah, sure.